Hi, my name is Don Williams, and I have a question for you. Do you believe, as I do, that the winds of change are blowing? And if so, have they affected you or someone that you care about? I've been a home builder for the past 22 years, a business that's been very good to me and my family. But I don't have to tell you that the winds of change have affected this industry. If they've affected you in an adverse way like they have me, I want to tell you that you can take heart. There is hope. But before I tell you about that, I want to tell you a little bit about my background. I've been a student of business from my youth. I saw at an early age the advantages to owning your own business. My mom and dad were two of the hardest workers I've ever known, but they struggled to pay their bills. I remember thinking, there's got to be a better way. I didn't have to look far to see that people who own their own businesses fared much better than my folks did. Somehow I knew that that was the answer, but I had no idea of where or how to begin. I majored in business in college, but I realized pretty quick that I was being trained to work for someone else's business and not my own. Right out of school, I got a job working for a guy who owned and operated several businesses, and he made a lot of money. And I asked a lot of questions, like, how do I learn to do what you're doing? And the best advice that I ever received was that I needed to read. I needed to read about people that had been successful in business, the industrial giants, the investment gurus. And so my journey began. I read books about Andrew Carnegie and John Rockefeller and Henry Ford, Lee Iacocca, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, George Soros, Donald Trump, and Robert Kiyosaki. And the list could go on and on. But what I learned is this, reading these books, being in business, is that there are common threads that run through every success story. And those common threads are these. First of all, timing matters. Being at the right place at the right time is critical. 2, when major changes take place in the economy, fortunes are always made. And 3, successful people see these changes, these trends, these cycles, sometimes before they happen, but always as they're happening. The difference is they take action. These are lessons that you and I must learn if we are to prosper in this changing economy. So what does that mean to you and me? For the past 60 years, our economy has been driven by a segment of the population known as baby boomers. They have created a tidal wave of wealth at every phase of their life. It's been described as like watching a basketball move through a water hose. Looking at the charts of the industries that have provided for their needs, you can see that fortunes were made by those that saw the need and took action. So, where is that generation today? Beginning in January of 2011, they began to reach retirement age at a rate of 10,000 people per day. And they will continue to do so for the next 20 years. The problem is that less than 10% are able to retire without the aid of some outside source. And it's not because they haven't worked hard, put in their 40 years, planned for their retirement, invested their savings. No, their savings, their investments have been simply devastated by the economy over the last few years. So once again, this generation is presenting an enormous opportunity, and fortunes will be made by those that see the need and provide for these needs. What they need is a stream of income, and that is what Hope Builders is all about. Hope Builders is where we can help you, help them, help themselves by helping others. It's been called the greatest pay-it-forward system that's ever existed. So now you know. You know the problem, and you know where to find the solution. I urge you to contact Hope Builders today. Thank you for your time.